I don't feel like finding friend is hard, but I do feel like finding friends is hard. So yeah, I'm not really the type of person who like, have it hard or just, have a hard time really getting to know someone. But, you know, yeah, finding friend is hard. I mean, finding a person who could, like accept you in today's generation is really difficult, you know. Like like I don't know. I don't know. It's difficult. I'm not really that type of guy, like that, that type of friend, you know, like who always feel like, oh yeah, I'm like like the alpha. Not like the alpha. Like what do you say? Like the like everybody should listen to you. I'm not that type of guy. Okay, I'm not that type of friend. Okay, I'm a. I don't want to say nonchalant. I'm not nonchalant. Am I nonchalant? I don't know, bro. I don't think I'm nonchalant. Am I nonchalant? I don't know. Um, yeah. But like, I always became a last resort or something. And I realized that the older you get, man, like the more friends, or not the more, but the less friend you have, you know. And I can confidently say that all of my friends that, I used to go out with, hang out with, play games every night with, having a, barbecue, outside of my house with, all of them are like gone. Like I haven't really heard of them anymore. I don't really know what they are doing. I'm hoping they're doing well, you know. I'm hoping that they do well, better than me, you know. Um, yeah, again, finding friend is hard, At school, I'm not really someone who just don't talk, I always talk. Um, in fact, I might talk a lot. I always got in trouble by the teacher by talking too much, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't really have a hard time of communicating, socializing. And, keep in mind, this was when I was like 9, 10, maybe 11 years old. I was a very loud kid. Like, I was so loud. I remember that I went to like detention for talking too much. And, the word got to my parents and, I have oof, it was, I mean, that day sucked. I remember it, but the next day I still keep on doing it, so it wasn't like a trauma response for me to just, not talk anymore. But when I get older, like something changed in me. I mean, puberty and all of that. Oh, but like the world seems so black and gray, like it's not as colorful as it used to be. It's like it wasn't as magical as when I was young, right? So I guess I was just too hard on it, and I keep on like just listening to it, not listening to it, just, always on my mind, if I can say that. And I started to be, you know, from talkative to like not talking at all. And I realized that as well. I'm like, man, I didn't talk too much today. Is something wrong with me? I don't know. And then, something happened. I don't really want to like say what it is. It's kind of private, but something happened and then I just became not me anymore. I was not as happy as I was. I wasn't really me that I knew. Everything that I always enjoy, like watching cartoons, like I didn't enjoy it anymore. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it anymore. And the next thing I know is that I started to isolate myself. My friends, my friend said to me like, yo, do you want to go outside, play football, like soccer, right? Or, they want to like play games. And I'm like, I pushed them off. I pushed them off, said to myself, like, I don't want to do it no more. And I keep on pushing and pushing until one day they don't even really, call me anymore. And trust me, it's my fault. Okay, I know it's my fault. Okay, it's my fault. And I wish that I could turn back time and, you know, play games with them one more time. But then again, wishing something like this, isn't really, it's not really going to be reality, you know? Yeah. Um, yeah. So, I don't want to like, really go off track here. Again, there's no script. Like, yeah, no script, no nothing. Just my phone, you know, opening up the voice recorder and just talking. But today I realized that I actually don't have friends. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it raw. Pause. I'm gonna keep it real. I actually don't have friends. I look on my messages. All I have is just literally my family and like a couple of friends, but some of them are like far away from me. Some of them are like, I'm not really gonna dox them, so I'm not really gonna say it here, but some of them are very far away from me, so I can't really hang out. So most nights I'm just by myself, because time zones exist. Like if I call them, at like, I don't know, 1 a.m., at their place, it might be already like 5 a.m. or something. So I don't really want to be a burden to them. So that's why I just don't really say nothing to them anymore. But again, don't get me wrong. I have like 1, 3 friends. So, I still keep in tag with them. Keep in tag. I still contact them. It's just that, like I said, they are in like different country now. In different places. Very far away from me. And sometimes just calling them isn't really that fulfilling, right? So today I realized that, wow, I'm actually alone. Yes, I know my parents still there, my siblings still here, but like, they're not gonna be here with me forever, bro. You know, they actually not. Just a heads up. This video going to be quite long. I don't know how long, but I guess going to be quite long. I mean, I don't want it to be like a 30-minute video, don't get me wrong. Like the last video that I uploaded on this channel was a little bit, it wasn't as polished as I wanted it to, you know, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm gonna keep on cutting parts here and there just to make sure that it's watchable. People not going to really, skip it. But I kind of doubt it. I'm not really good at storytelling. Remember when I said I was good at socializing? Yeah, that was a lie. That was a big lie. Nowadays, I can't socialize for crap, dude. Like, the next thing I know, I'm like shaking and stuff. I'm trying so hard not to cuss because, I want this channel to be somewhere, all people, from kids to adult can watch. I'm trying to say again, I'm sorry, I'm getting out of track again. I'm getting out of track. Okay, let's go back to the track. Let's go back to the topic. So, friends, right? Friends can be like, your family. It's like family but not related by blood, right? And I always envy people who have friends. Hey, I really do. Because it's a like you can create so many memories, bro. Like you can create so many memories. Like imagine going to a different country with your friends. It's like eating food together, explore new things together, play games together. And there's so much more examples, but in my mind I can only think about games because, me being me, and man, I need to be mature, bro. I need to think outside of games. But yeah, I really do envy them, I'm not really gonna say jealous. Maybe I am jealous. I mean, technically jealous and envy is the same. Is it? I don't know. My English is, I'm not like I'm not like a native speaker. Most of my English is like from games and cartoons, so I apologize if I'm all over the place with my languages. Again, I apologize. But again, I'm jealous and envy of people who actually have someone who they can call a best friend. I always think at night, like if one day I die, and hypothetically, let's say that, I'm already like 60 years old, my parents are already long gone, right? Who's going to be at my grave? Mourning for me. Mourning. Is it morning or morning? I don't know. Mourning for me. Okay. Maybe my siblings. But what I know for a fact is that with how things are going on, I don't feel like I have friends going to at my funeral. And thinking of it, like today, thinking of it like, this, it's scary and also sad, man. Like, I guess that's why I'm creating this YouTube channel, just to make sure that if one day I die, at least I'm leaving something, at least I'm leaving something on this world, and that my voice keep on echoing, even when I die, maybe my siblings, children going to, listen to this channel and then be like, oh, that's uncle, I'm not gonna dox my name. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, just thinking about that kind of make me scared, not having anyone. Okay, now relationship is, okay, I'm gonna make like a new video about that. Like, I don't want this video to be too long. Again, all I'm doing is just yapping, bro. And then like a Minecraft, background video. Like, bro, that's all that I could do, bro. I'm sorry. I hope maybe one day I can buy a PC and then start recording for real. But this is all that I can do. I mean, there's a lot more that I want to talk about on the topic friends. So, man, I've been recording for like 16 minutes. I don't want this video to be like too long, like I said, but I don't know, bro. I feel like I can't fulfill that. So in advance, I'm sorry. Oof. I'm sorry. But again, friends. Yeah, friends. When you go to a mall, right? Sometimes you go to a mall with friends, right? I feel like that's a normal thing to do. But in my case, because I have like 1 to 3 friends, I always go to mall alone. I always go to like supermarket alone and just do things alone. And when I see people like at my age with their friends, and I'm like, man, I wonder how they're doing right now. Like, are they okay? You feel me? Like, it's that thoughts that keep on running on my mind, and then everything just seemed unenjoyable. So it's not great. It's not fun. And you keep on thinking about it, and then you just keep on thinking like, man, what's wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me? Is it me? Is it always been me? I don't know. To be honest, I feel like it is me. I feel like it is my problem. I feel like it always is. Yeah, I feel like it always is. I don't know how much I'm going to edit this video, to be honest. But, man, I have still so much to say, Like, like in my mind, I have so much to say. I mean, I don't know if my friends are watching this. Are you guys? Are you guys watching this? I mean, if you guys are watching this, I want to say, thank you. Thank you for being friends with me, even though not really a good friend. I'm not really someone that, to be honest, yeah, I'm not really a good friend, Like, I look at myself as like a really crappy friend. But I don't really bring anything to the table for friendship. I crack jokes. I crack jokes. I make jokes all the time. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know, bro. But that's the thing, I always just crack jokes and just make people laugh, and then do stupid stuff, do stupid stunts, all of that just for the sake of memories. But I don't really have anyone to lean to when I'm at my lowest. Again, there is my parents, there is my siblings, but I'm talking about like stuff that is like, I don't want them to know about it. You know, just stuff that, because, I don't want to burden them, bro. Okay, I don't want to burden them with more crap, especially my crap. So I want friends, so that I can talk to it about it. But when people look at you as someone who doesn't have any trouble, right? Or, just someone that, like, I'm gonna say, just someone that seems problemless. And then one day you just decided to go to them and then be like, yo, man, I got this, I almost cussed. Like, I got this crap on my mind and I need to let it go. You know, I guess me being a man, I don't want this to be like a gender thing, but, it's difficult for me to cry. I guess there's one thing too, but again, you know what I'm trying to say, right? So I just bottle it up. I just bottle it up and then act like nothing happened. The next day, I keep on being normal. I keep on being me. Just talk, etc. And all those stuff. And when they, because sometimes, they come to me, you guys don't need to worry. I have friends of, both man and woman. So I have, I'm not just like into one gender, basically, that I have friends with. And I also don't care about your skin. That's important. I don't care what color you are, bro. I don't care where you from. As long as you're, respect me and as how much I respect you, then we're good, bro. We're good. That's all I need. I don't care if you're a different color than me. I don't care, bro. I don't even care if you're a different religion than me. I really, I don't care. Again, all I ask is for respect. So I don't really, have nothing about that. I'm not really picky with friends. And, you guys could say it as like negative thing, because sometimes in these days you should be very careful with who friends, with who you want to be friends with, right? So, yeah, I don't really have any problem with that. So sometimes, they go to me, they tell me everything, about their day, about their, you know, but about what they're doing, what makes them sad, and etc. And you like someone who people could lean on. You feel me? So, but you can't lean on to anyone. That sucks. That really sucks. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying, what I'm yapping about, bro. Like, how long have I been recording this, bro? I feel like it's been 30 minutes since I've recorded this. I didn't know I could yap this much, bro. Dang. Dang. I still have so much. I still have so much to say too. Oh my goodness. Maybe another video, maybe like a part 2. I don't know. I still have so many things to say about friends, but to me, finding friends is hard, bro. Like I said, I have like 1 to 3 people that I keep in contact with, that like I can truly say that I can confidently and comfort wait what that I can conf oh my goodness, that I can confidently and comfortably say that they're my friends are like 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 4 people that I could call that. The others are like colleagues or something, you know. So there's that. Yeah, dang, bro. I still have so much to say. I still have so much to say. The reason why I don't make script, bro, is because, okay, first of all, let's get this out of the way. I'm lazy as crap. So there's that. Second, I don't want to read because when I read, bro, it just the emotion is not real. You guys understand, right? Yeah, anyway, yeah, this video is already super long. It's gonna take ages for me to somewhat edit this. I mean, I rarely edit my videos, but again, maybe, maybe, maybe I keep on saying this, not saying this, but keep this topic on another day. I don't know when. I mean, heck, the next thing you know, I might die the next day. The YouTube, the YouTube like that word or something. I don't know about YouTube, bro. I've been very careful, bro. I'm very, very careful with my words because I don't know how YouTube function yet. You know, again, I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. Maybe you guys skipped it. I don't blame you. Maybe the audio is crap. Maybe the background video is crap. I mean, it's Minecraft. But hey, man, to me, Minecraft is Minecraft is my comfort zone. But if there's any flaw in this video, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll keep on being better. Okay. Anyway, guys, take care, and yeah, if you have friends or if you wanted to make new friends, go for it. Cherish them, make memories with them because you'll never know when it's going to be the last time you're going to spend your time together. And the thing is, you'll never know when that time comes. So cherish it.